Hello everyone. Welcome aboard to Boating Nomad. The great poet Henry Wadsworth Longfellow once wrote, "The sea hath its pearls." And yes, he was absolutely right. These waters give us beauty, adventure, and nowadays, the sea hath its pearls and also its boneheads. I mean, I'm talking about boneheaded boaters, the true nomads of the water, captains who seem to have earned their boating licenses from the back of a cereal box. Take this guy, for example. For some reason, this guy turned his little boat into a floating nav station. Just let it drift peacefully across the lake and slipped into dreamland. Who cares what's happening in the real world, right? And hey, I bet it felt amazing, at least until the boat was no longer on the lake. And he wasn't the only crazy captain today, because this is just the opening scene of a chaotic movie. Sometimes you're the cause, but you still think you're the victim. Now, let's be clear. The weather near Vashon Island at this moment, absolutely perfect. Clear skies, smooth water, wide open visibility. And yet, our fearless captain somehow fails to notice the massive ferry right in front of him. I'm not sure what exactly he was doing at the time. Maybe jamming to his playlist, checking Instagram, or casually sipping a glass of wine. Who knows? But when he realized the boat was in danger, it was late. And what I found quite interesting in this situation is that after the collision occurred, he steps out of the cabin, looking around like a confused tourist, and basically says, "Hey, what kind of ferry driving is that?" Classic. Bumping into a wall and blaming the wall for standing there. Also, in extremely favorable conditions, the captain of this traditional Turkish goulet did not choose to dock in the usual way.
Allahu Akbar!
Instead, he gave the luxurious yacht moored at the pier a solid hit, damaging its hull in the process. How much do you think it would cost to repair the hull of a Mangusta yacht? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below this video. Well, in this case, the docking was indeed accurate, but the speed was far from reasonable. Perhaps the captain simply wanted to make sure the tourists wouldn't forget him at the end of the tour. I mean, that's just one of many attention-seeking maneuvers I've seen out there. A lot of boaters pull stunts like this to impress someone nearby, like the guy driving the jet ski in this footage. Sometimes incidents happen that are not intentional, but a matter of skill and experience. Not all captains have perfect judgment, especially when trying to turn around on the crowded, chaotic waterways of Bangladesh. In certain sensitive areas, you'll see signs that say no wake zone, but clearly, this captain didn't care. And to be fair, many other boaters tend to ignore that sign too. But if you've ever seen a friend break their arm while trying to fix their boat in a no wake zone, you'd probably think twice. The reason? A large wake caused a nearby boat to slam hard into it. And if you don't realize how destructive a boat's wake can be, you just watch what happened to this brave boatman and his boat. I'm not sure whether it was intentional or just a mistake, but this fishing boat strayed into Thailand's territorial waters, causing the Navy to dispatch a military ship to warn it. There would be nothing to talk about if the captain had returned his boat to the correct national waters. But instead, he made a decision that defies all logic. He turned and rammed his fishing boat straight into the Navy vessel. Honestly, as someone who's been around boats for years, I still can't understand what goes on inside the minds of some of these boneheaded boaters. They tend to think in ways the rest of us just can't begin to comprehend. Imagine this. You're out on a diving trip with your group, and you're the one assigned to stay on the boat to keep watch and assist if needed. Suddenly, in the distance, a fishing boat slowly begins heading straight toward your position, completely ignoring your desperate shouts. What would you do in that moment?
They're gonna go right over them, dude. They're down. They're down. Hey!
Well, that's exactly what this man is experiencing. Now tell me, in your opinion, in this situation, who is at fault if a serious, unexpected incident occurs? In my opinion, both captains are making silly, if not dangerous, mistakes. Why wasn't there a warning buoy placed above the diver's position? Oh, it could be due to carelessness. And as for the fishing boat, I really don't know what he was doing while operating the boat. Maybe he was dozing off. Anyway, this is a lesson for all of us. Never be careless or complacent, no matter how routine things may seem, because disaster can strike in just a split second. However, when we stay in a state of safety for too long, complacency starts to creep in. And if you don't control that emotion, it can knock you down. Just like the captain of this boat, I don't know how long he has been driving, but I'm guessing he is a newbie. The giant container ship was slowly approaching him, although it kept blowing its horn to warn of the danger zone. Our naive captain ignored everything around him and still stood there. Maybe he thought his tiny boat could somehow face off against that steel behemoth, or at least it wasn't a shark that could swallow our boat. Luckily, the harbor patrol showed up just in time and pulled him out of the danger zone. Otherwise, I don't even want to imagine how tragic the ending could have been. This reminds me of something my father once said. You can buy a boat, but you can't buy a brain. So don't leave your brain beneath the boat, son.
You got it, finally. Dumbass.
And sometimes, having a brain still isn't enough if you lack the skills. I mean, boating isn't easy. Every skill and experience needs time to master. And if you're just a rookie like this guy, do not try to learn the operations of a captain with 5 years of experience. Also, navigating in areas with rocks or reefs requires good judgment. If not, your boat might end up looking like this one. And I'd guess the cost to patch this fiberglass would be around $12,000. I'm not sure whether this airboat was called in for help or just happened to pass by the stranded boat, but either way, props to them for stepping up and trying to help. A good deed, right? Well, sometimes good intentions don't always lead to happy endings. I was quite amused by the way these two captains tied the tow rope. I mean, it's almost like they skipped the chapter on boat physics. I guess they didn't understand the structure of the boat. These types of airboats are flat-bottom boats. Just a strong enough off-center force will cause the boat to capsize.
Why is it going back and forth?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, Okay, anyway, we've had another fun adventure through the confusing world of Boneheaded Boaters. I hope next time you set sail, know your boat, use your brain, and please don't appear in the next episode. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this madness, and don't forget to subscribe for more boneheaded moments captured. Bye.